Absolutely. Here's the London Spitfire starters, and of course Sparker is going to be in as well. Custer was pointing this out as a bit of a key to victory, and I think there's a different kind of pressure on the line with a match like this. All jokes aside, of course, you know, we're really hamming it up and leaning into it, of course, but for the London Spitfire, they want to be walking away out of this season with at least a win on the board. They do not want to go north in 16. For the Titans starters, of course, you can see Tero and Dalton being the starters, but I think there's a different type of pressure in this match here. I remember talking to the opponents of Season 1 Shanghai way back in the day when the Shanghai Dragons went north and 40. There's a different kind of pressure. There's the self-destruct over the top. Oh, Tero couldn't go anywhere. That was picture perfect. Right over the wall. It was going to catch every single angle. What are you going to see? Sparker's holding on to this EMP. Shaxx just trying to basically do the damage, and already the backline being pressured down so heavily. The Titans desperate to turn it around. They can potentially do it, but with Rolf out of the picture, it's going to be much more difficult. Overtime going. That's a self-destruct that drops like a rock onto the point. It's not going to be any predictable path for that to go into. Not going to be catching any targets either. Good power drive off to the side. Hardy sets his team up. The damage is done as Fire and Tero are going to be falling. Nice little boop off the edge of the map as well. Fry did not have the boosters. He's gone. It's an eventual flip now as the overtime comes through. Shaxx takes out Dalton. I believe it's just Rolf who can really touch. Not going to be happening. That's going to be the round to the London Spitfire, and that is convincing, Josh. You're right, Josh. London with the defensive positioning now. They are... essentially, it's up to them how they want to engage into this fight with the ultimate. EMP should be just a complete win, and now they're going to be committing it. It catches onto 3 targets. Chance it goes down. The stick is beautiful. Fire's taken out with 86% and counting. It's looking like a done deal here for the London Spitfire. Right down to the local market, able to find so many pickoffs now. 94% and counting here for them. Vancouver are going to be able to get the overtime going as Chansik will scatter the mines across the point. He's falling very low though. Has to just play around, and that's the nano boost onto Shaxx to try and close this one out.
Hack as well onto Fried. No defense matrix available to try and shut down or mitigate the impact that Shaxx is able to have. Beat down out of Fried, is denying him the bingo card. London in such control.
Yeah, and Tero, it's a desperation barrage in the end. It only catches onto the immortality field. He's a sole survivor. It's not going to be enough there. That's going to be the map going towards the London Spitfire.
The London Spitfire trying to do, you know, the thing that great teams do, committing into fights even when it looks bad. But that was just throwing good money after bad.
That's another nano boost on the Chansik. He's so low. He's going to get out of there, but Shaxx is the one who goes down. Chansik's still alive. His team keeping him up in the middle of this one. But now it's Hardy's turn. With a nano boost in the Primal. Primal's going to be fading, but of course he's still got that nano boost for just a moment. And he's got 2 picks off the back of this. Bubble onto the side. Oh my god! Just using a fountain to dodge the line of sight of the self-destruct. Hardy very fortunate to try and survive that one, but they still want to fight this one. Just grabbing the mega health pack and then running back into the fight. They've got to deal with Dalton onto the staircase, taking so much damage, forces out the recall, but he's so low. He's got the heals, but it seems they've given up on taking this point. They're going to leave this one to the London Spitfire now. And that's going to be that point A capture that they were looking for, eventually just dragging it out, fighting tooth and nail for it. Quite a bit of that the other day. You can see him uncloak here. It's going to be pulling them back in just a moment. Starting to capture this one up. The distraction's already in play.
If he can get even a single tick, even one tick here puts things in winnable territory. But there is someone contesting the objective.
Contested.
That's Dalton.
But this is overtime ticking. They have to get back onto it. Rolf's going to go down. You can see Hardy with the Primal. He's just about got back onto it. This is still a winnable fight right now for London, but they need to try and find some picks. They need to close this one out. It's looking really difficult for them. Tero being pressured, forced to offload the EMP early, but Dalton goes down from the whip shot. Hardy traded. They're still alive. They got the tick, the post bomb. Shaxx in it, trying to drag his team over now, but the sleep dart again, Rolf. You absolute maniac. Pushes them off. Nobody was on the objective, but they did get the tick they were looking for. Vancouver do a good job of just at least eating up one of the ultimates. That is wonderful tracking from Dalton. Almost taken out Shaxx. He's looking to get into position for it. Sparker, he's taken out. Dalton has the pulse bomb. I can't believe it. We're witnessing. Comes off to the side. That's Morph taking out the mech as well. Talking about taking things into your own hands. Dalton's just created magic for them.
That is so phenomenally good. The London Spitfire with only Hardy just trying to come back in. They've gone for the nano. Hardy is nanoed and primaled. And he just got moved off the objective. What a sad Winston. He's been hacked up. There is a potential actually that they can keep this one going.
Oh, they're going to snowball this.
Ripper does not get the fast spawn.
They have to snowball this. This is the greatest opportunity the Vancouver Titans have been handed right now. They can taste it. A single tick, that's all they need. 2.5 minutes.
They ain't
They're
going!
just waiting around. They're just waiting around!
Ripper has had chance now to respawn. Maybe they miscalculated and thought he'd be back in the fight quicker. Changsik slept as well. That's Ripper. That's the value of Ripper.
Yep. Post-morph to the side as well. I mean, any chance of them winning this one might have just been completely mitigated. Mark onto him, the bubbles burst, the hack onto Changsik. He's trying to make it work, but it's so difficult. The pressure, it's too much. He gets taken out. The point has to be played here. It's going into the overtime, and there's one man for the job. It's Dalton. He's taken out Kellex. Can he get anything else? Just trying to play around the point, the self-destruct. The bubble's going to be eating up a lot of it, but Shax goes down. The EMP, it connects. The Vancouver Titans, they've done it. They've done it! They've taken it away from the London Spitfire, and they're going to be taking map number 2. Now Shax, he's looking to try and find Dalton. The recall's going to be used. Dalton is in a lot of trouble, has to try and find that health pack. Still trying to take the 1v1, but the fight continues on the front lines. Transcendence now, London, with the heals added onto it. They've now got positioning onto the point, just looking to try and capture it. Self-destruct into the sky, just onto the edge, and it forces them onto the staircase. Dalton with the post bomb right into his grasp.
And that's the double pulse bomb. Tick it off your bingo card. Dalton's good for it again, as the Vancouver Titans with a set play that I'm not sure went perfectly. I think Friedwiener's self-destruct was supposed to go a little further and get comboed into the pile drive, but Dalton saves them with an ult of his own. Let's take a replay from his point of view here. Look at this. The London Spitfire are forced so far away. And I think that's Kellex just escorts it into the rest of his team. Thank you for the gift. I'll go and talk to Ripper about that.
Again, look at this pressure that Hardy's under. He's trying to get in position to set his team up for success, but it's so difficult. They've managed to get in at least indoors. Dalton with the post bomb. That's a rare whiff, and there's the kill. Rolled through, Hardy takes him out with the grapple. Still alive, they haven't lost anybody. This rally armor is coming in handy for them, and you can see these volleys from Reaper. Of course he's feeling empowered, 300 health to his name. Only just now the rally armor starting to decay, but the self-destruct over the top. Almost perfect positioning. It forces London all the way forwards. They have to invest ultimates. The Transcendence just to try and survive this one. They have the healing, but eventually that's going to fade. And here we have it. Forced down to the wire. Vancouver getting the respawns in. The rally armor fading from them as well. Fire using it to try and stay into this fight. Now a self-destruct. Power driver comes down over the top. Roth could not escape in time. Tries to find his way past the staircase. Mines into the back. Changsik answers with it his own. Sparker falling could be critical, but Fried, he's been demexed. It's now overtime. This game, this map, it could not have gone more to the distance. They have to try and find the opportunity, but look at the kills coming in. They're absolutely turning this. The London Spitfire do not have the damage. They don't have it with Sparker gone down and out. It's not possible. And the Vancouver Titans, right at the tail end of it, checkpoint B, they're not going to let it sail into the finish line. That's going to be the map point going their way. Map 2, map 3, I should say, to the Vancouver Titans. Strike. Pulse bomb as well from Shax. That's Hardy going to be slept up. That's a supercharger. The pulse bomb, it's committed. And Changsik, he doesn't have the fortify to just drop it off of his body. Stick goes through Shax! What is that? Dalton has absolutely styled on him. That is absurd. That is ridiculous. Oh my god, you love to see it. Perfectly tracking the cooldowns, perfectly tracking the blinks.
Maybe not.
Coming up.
Might not
Changsik
even have line of sight.
Changsik getting so much damage, has to roll out of there. Dalton with the poles, that's another stick! Almost getting the one clip as well. Teru, he's got the nano boost, but he's not the real danger right now. Dalton is just tearing him up right into the back line.
Yeah, this is just annihilation coming out from Dalton. It's his insane performances that have powered the Vancouver Titans to their best look so far this season. And you would have normally favoured Shax. Historically, he's looked like the better tracer over the course of his career. But Dalton's putting on a show. Here's a barrage possibility.
Yeah, and the barrage has just added extras. Reaper already went down. Dalton's still alive, causing all of this destruction. The Dragon Strike cuts across the point, but they're perfectly happy to weave and bop around it. Self-destruct catching Shax there. That's going to be the sealed capture of checkpoint B. And the Vancouver Titans, you can feel the momentum building.
They want to make it possible for the Spitfire to cap here on Rialto.
Yeah. Inspired by the chivalry, perhaps, but we'll see. Morphic eating that one up. The London Spitfire with 2 picks. Wolf and Terror and Fire are down. They don't even need the Deadeye. Channeled up just to push them all away. And the finish line, oh, it's so close. The London Spitfire, I mean, would we have had it any other way? This map, this match all the way, just got to push away the extra targets that are coming towards them. But that's going to be them taking map 4. And we are going the distance. The London Spitfire are going to even up the series.
And Linksa probably needs to make a swap here. The Torb is not going to cut the mustard. He moves over, mirroring the London Spitfire. Hattie pops the supercharger early. Changsik still 10% up behind. That's how it's been this whole match.
The supercharger is down. It's so difficult to play into. Fried, Bash, battered around, has the self-destruct straight up into the air. It's going to force them right into the corner. Hattie's going to survive. Someone needs to touch. Overtime, just about burning. They're finding their way onto it, but look at that. The dragon cuts right through the choke point. Fire's gone, and the heals, it's impeccable. Reaper just keeping the team alive, and with the shots ringing true. Only a couple of targets stand left to keep this overtime burning for them. That's going to be the round to the London Spitfire. The start they need, potentially setting them on course here for their first win of the season. It's going to be so hard to push into this right now. And Matrix online for Reaper, just needs to essentially pick and choose the right moment, and there we go. It's dropped onto the high ground. It's going to be the recall as well. Shax just perfectly marking Dalton the entire time, following up on a lot of the damage that's being done by the rest of his team. Another D-Mech onto Fried. It's not ideal for them, but
Ripper
that
falls?
headshot that Linksa just got, that could be massive. Ginormous, perhaps. Ult's coming through. That's the post bomb. Shax clutching it up. What is that? Oh my goodness, it's 4 kills in the end, and it's another day in the office. Not even a smile coming onto his face there.
Incredible performance. He's just clutched that for his team. With Ripper down, it almost seemed like the Titans were in a position to be able to take the control of that objective and put the Spitfire in a really uncomfortable position. Now Titans are the ones with their backs against the wall. Linksa is going to be able to get up to a Dragon, might be able to force the positioning of the Spitfire a little. But Kellex still has a rally. This is so hard for the Titans. They need Dalton now more than ever.
Sparker, Deadeye comes across, almost eating an arrow to the face. Survives in the end though. Just trying to hold on. Chantic's off, straight off the map. The Dragon Strike splits them across, and it's going to force the positioning. But the London Spitfire, they can taste it. Victory is on the horizon. Only a couple of players left standing with the rally armor that fires popping. They do have to sustain, and Linksa, what a headshot. Kellex taken out, the high ground sweeps around. This is wonderful for them. Self-destruct over the top. No one's going to be falling from it, but can they get the picks necessary? Immortality Field still in play, but Dalton with the pulse bomb, that's one. They need to flip this over, and they do just that. But they've got to win out the team fight. Linksa still available. The arrows from the high ground, Sparker's taken out, and that should be the win.
Linksa has just been phenomenal this round on Hanzo. Finding that pick on Ripper. Oh no, the London Spitfire are coming back into this one. Linksa was not ready. This would be devastating.
Shax with 2! You gotta be kidding me! Fire and Linksa down and out. The Vancouver Titans, they were breathing a sigh of relief, thinking that they had stopped that attack, stopped that approach, won out the team fight, but Shax has come alive. Self-destruct over the top, but it doesn't even matter. Shax is indomitable, and that is going to be it. The London Spitfire get their first win of the Overwatch League season, and you can see how much it means to them.